Good evening and a very warm welcome to Rajya Sabha TV. I'm Aishwarya Kapoor with the news tonight. Let us begin by taking a look at the headlines. Campaign rhetoric reaches fever pitch in election-bound states of Maharashtra and Haryana. Modi and Hooda address rallies. Election Commission suggestion to make paid news a poll offence finds widespread support. Most of the respondents to a law commission consultation paper back the proposal. Pakistan violates ceasefire on the line of control for the 10th time in 5 days. Parties call for fitting response to repeated transgressions. The first Ebola virus-afflicted patient in the US in a critical state. 10 more people described as high-risk cases. And pro-democracy protests in Hong Kong enter second week. Police give a Monday deadline to clear the streets. Beginning with the day's big story, BJP stalwarts hit the campaign trail on Sunday in both Maharashtra and Haryana. Prime Minister Narendra Modi addressed rallies in Sangli and Kolhapur in Maharashtra. He said that his party will not campaign against its former ally Shiv Sena as a mark of respect to Bal Thackeray. Home Minister Rajnath Singh was also on campaign trail in Maharashtra, while BJP President Amit Shah addressed rallies in Haryana's Ganor.
On the second day of his poll campaign in Maharashtra, Prime Minister Narendra Modi addressed two rallies in Sangli and Kolhapur. Addressing a huge gathering in both rallies, Modi said that he will not target his campaign speeches against BJP's estranged political ally Shiv Sena. He said the decision has been taken in a mark of respect to Sena's former patriarch Bal Thackeray.
आज कुछ अखबार के पंडितों ने लिखा है कि मोदी ने अपने भाषण में शिवसेना की आलोचना नहीं करते हैं। भाइयों बहनों, बाला साहब ठाकरे की गैर हाजिरी में महाराष्ट्र प्रदेश का यह पहला चुनाव है और इसलिए मैं बाला साहब के प्रति अपनी श्रद्धा और आदर को व्यक्त करने के लिए शिवसेना के खिलाफ एक शब्द भी नहीं बोलूंगा।
Modi also criticized NCP and Congress in his speech at the campaign rallies.
कांग्रेस पार्टी मुझे पूछ रही है 60 साल हुए जो देश की गादी पर बैठे थे, राज्यों की गादी पर बैठे थे, पंचायत से पार्लियामेंट तक सब जगह पे उन्हीं का झंडा फहरता था, 60 साल तक एक चक्री राज किया था, वो 60 साल का तो हिसाब नहीं दे रहे हैं, मोदी से 60 दिन का हिसाब मांग रहे हैं।
Home Minister Rajnath Singh also addressed a rally in Yavatmal. He claimed that BJP will work for development of the state to help those who are economically weak.
जिस भारत में 65% आबादी नौजवानों की हो, जिनकी उम्र 35 वर्ष से कम हो, और जिस भारत में प्राकृतिक संसाधनों की कोई कमी न हो, फिर भी भारत आज हमारा दुनिया का सबसे गरीब देश माना जाता है। क्यों ऐसे हालात?
BJP President Amit Shah was in Haryana on Sunday to address a rally in Ganor. Among other BJP leaders, External Affairs Minister Sushma Swaraj and Madhya Pradesh Chief Minister Shivraj Singh Chauhan are also scheduled to hit campaign trails soon. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
And seeking a third straight term for the Congress in Haryana, the father-son duo of Bhupinder Singh and Dipinder Singh Hooda addressed two rallies in the state on Sunday. BJP was the primary focus of both the leaders in their campaign speeches in Ambala Cantonment and Bhiwani. Take a look.
On Saturday, Prime Minister Narendra Modi launched his poll campaign in Haryana by targeting the Hooda government for allegedly being anti-farmer. On Sunday, Congress hit back at the Prime Minister in two rallies. First, incumbent Chief Minister Bhupinder Singh Hooda addressed a rally in Ambala Cantonment. Accusing the Modi government of failure in its first few months in power, Hooda raised the issue of price rise and highlighted Congress's contribution to assure rights for everyone. He also dismissed any chance of a Modi wave in Haryana.
हरियाणा सरकार अपनी तरफ से 2.5 किलो दाल हर महीने 20 रुपए के हिसाब से देती है ताकि गरीब आदमी का गुजारा हो और सारे मनरेगा में कितने काम हुए सारे अधिकार दिए, फिर भी भारतीय जनता पार्टी का बहुमत कैसे आया? लोगों ने भारतीय जनता पार्टी की नीतियों और कार्यक्रम पे वोट नहीं दिए, पॉलिसीज और प्रोग्राम पे वोट नहीं दिए, लेकिन फिर भी बहुमत आया इसलिए कि पूरे देश में, खासतौर पे उत्तर भारत में एक माहौल बनाया गया। किन किन ताकतों ने साथ दिया उनकी चर्चा नहीं करता, लेकिन कुछ देश की ताकतें इकट्ठी हो गई।
His son Dipinder Singh Hooda also addressed a rally in Bhiwani on Sunday, with its key opposition INLD considerably weakened by the imprisonment of its top leader. Dipinder Hooda also chose to target BJP in his campaign speech. He accused Modi of misleading people by ignoring Haryana's achievements under Congress rule.
ये सरलता से लोगों को गुमराह करने वाली बात जिस प्रकार से भारतीय जनता पार्टी कर रही है, इस केवल कह के हरियाणा की उपलब्धियों को नकार के काम नहीं चलेगा। उनको ये बताना होगा कि भाई ये क्यों कर रहे हैं, भारतीय जनता पार्टी हरियाणा के अंदर क्या करना चाहती है, ये बात अपना एजेंडा लोगों के सामने खोल के रखें और लोग गुमराह ना करें। मेरा उनसे यही कहना।
Chief Minister Hooda maintains that during the Congress rule in Haryana, the state has become #1 in the country in terms of per capita income, per capita investment and resource mobilization. He remains confident that Congress's poor showing in the Lok Sabha polls will have no effect in the assembly elections. Bureau Report, Rajya TV.
And Chief Election Commissioner V.S. Sampath's suggestion that paid news should be made a poll offence has found widespread support. Now, a majority of respondents to a law commission consultation paper have backed the suggestion that paid news should be made an offence under the Representation of the People Act. Now, there was in fact a range of recommendations regarding the enforcement mechanisms that should be put in place to monitor and restrict the proliferation of paid news. One of the suggestions was to make political advertising free and be made available to candidates on a transparent and equal footing. On Sunday, Sampath had said that paid news should be made an electoral offence that attracts disqualification so that it acts as a deterrent.
The district level committees are very active about detection of paid news, and this drive will be continued. Whatever cases are detected, prompt action will be taken to book it to the expenditure of the candidate.
And for all the other election-related news and updates, here's a quick wrap in Polpuri. In the continuing war of words between the Congress and the NCP in Maharashtra, former Chief Minister Prithviraj Chavan once again blamed Sharad Pawar's party for breaking the alliance between the two parties. Now, addressing a rally in Nagpur on Saturday, Chavan claimed that the NCP put an impossible demand of sharing the Chief Minister's chair. NCP Chief Sharad Pawar's daughter Supriya Sule hit the campaign trail in Maharashtra on Saturday. She addressed a rally in Chandrapur where she accused the BJP of having double standards while dealing with allegedly corrupt leaders. She asked why dissident NCP leaders who switched to the BJP were given a clean chit despite facing corruption charges. The Election Commission will send a senior official to Jammu and Kashmir next week before taking a call on holding the assembly elections in the flood-ravaged state. Deputy Election Commissioner Vinod Zuchsi will visit Jammu on 8th of October and Srinagar the next day to review the situation. Now, one of the main concerns in holding the elections is the poor condition of the polling stations and also road connectivity. The CBI has asked the Delhi High Court for an urgent hearing on Monday on its petition seeking immediate cancellation of bail to former Haryana Chief Minister Om Prakash Chautala. The former Chief Minister was granted bail on medical grounds and is using his time to take part in the election rallies in the state that goes to polls on 15th of October. In its petition, the CBI has prayed for returning Chautala to jail. And for all the election-related news, you can watch our special bulletin, Verdict 2014, every day at 10 a.m. and 6 p.m. And in other news, as the probe report into Friday's stampede in Patna is awaited, the police has highlighted key lapses that could have led to the tragedy that claimed 33 lives. The cops said that the footage from CCTV cameras installed at the venue has proved inconclusive because there was not enough light. Now, there have been allegations that poor lighting caused panic among the people, which could have caused the stampede. The Bihar government has vowed to punish those who are responsible for the lapses. It has instituted an inquiry into the tragedy. But the blame game continues over the incident as the BJP-led NDA government held the state government responsible for the tragedy.
इस घटना से हम लोग सभी मर्माहत हैं। समझ में नहीं आ रहा है कि ये घटना कैसे घटी, क्योंकि इस घटना की अंदेशा किसी को नहीं थी। रही बात क्यों हुई घटना, उसके बारे में जांच प्रतिवेदन आने तक हम प्रतीक्षा कर रहे हैं। जैसे ही जांच का प्रतिवेदन आता है, जो रिस्पॉन्सिबल समझे जाएंगे उनके खिलाफ हम लोग कार्रवाई करेंगे।
They know कि lakhs of people will come. Why were proper arrangements not made? If the allegation is true that only one gate was opened, why it is so? If people say, your media is saying there was no light, why it is so? I think this is a very elementary accountability which the state government has to explain.
And in the other big story, Pakistani troops opened a heavy fire once again today on the Indian post along the line of control in Poonch district of Jammu and Kashmir. While no casualties were reported, many houses were damaged in the attack. Now, several political parties condemned the Pakistani action. Take a look.
For the 10th time in 5 days, Pakistani troops resorted to heavy firing along the line of control in the Poonch district of Jammu and Kashmir. The unprovoked firing damaged houses and forced people to flee. Indian troops effectively responded to the firing. The police decided to involve the village councils in taking some safety steps.
यहाँ पर एक सिस्टम जो एक सायरन का सिस्टम यहाँ पर डिस्कस हुआ कि जो भी कभी इनको इंडिकेशन अगर मिल सकती है उस साइड से अक्रॉस से कि फायरिंग होने वाली है तो सिविलियन को अलर्ट करने की ज़रूरत है। वो इन्होंने सीओ साहब ने एश्योरेंस दी है कि हम सिविलियन को अलर्ट करेंगे।
हमारा कोई नहीं, कोई सरकदर नहीं, कोई मेंबर नहीं, कोई सरपंच नहीं, कोई एमएलए नहीं, अभी तक हमारे इधर कोई भी एक भी नहीं आया देखने के लिए कुछ, कोई बचा हुआ है, कोई जख्मी है, कोई डॉक्टर, कोई।
Various political parties condemned the Pakistani ceasefire violations and feel it's time the country gave a fitting reply.
We let off Pakistan in Kargil, we let off Pakistan in 1971 Bangladesh war, in 1965, after the great victory in Hajipir. So I think we now must go for disintegration of Pakistan.
ये 3 दिन से नहीं, ये महीनों से हो रहा है। लेकिन आपने देखा है कि अभी नवाज शरीफ जी जो पाकिस्तान के जो प्रधानमंत्री, उन्होंने कश्मीर को यूनाइटेड नेशंस में भी उन्होंने उसके बारे में चर्चा की है। लेकिन हमारे तरफ से क्या जवाब है?
Of the 10 ceasefire violations in the state, 7 have been alongside the LOC in Poonch, while 3 are along the international border in Jammu. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
Let us now get you all the other national news and updates in nationwide. AIADMK workers took to the streets on Sunday demanding the release of party chief Jayalalitha. Bus services remained suspended in many districts of the state. The protests were taken out in Delhi as well. Hearing of Jaya's bail plea will be taken up on Tuesday. Fearing more protests, the schools in Tamil Nadu have been asked to remain closed on 7th of October. Former Jharkhand Minister Yogendra Shah was arrested on Sunday for having alleged links with the Maoists. Now, Shah was arrested by a team of Central Investigation Department and was produced before the district court in New Delhi. Reportedly, Shah has been accused of founding the separatist unit Jharkhand Tigers in the state. A Trinamool Congress leader and his father were brutally killed on Sunday in Bankura district of West Bengal. Vikash Datta was the president of Trinamool Congress local committee in Hatgram. Police have not been able to make any arrests so far. The party claims that the killing is the handiwork of miscreants who aim to break the party. The situation in flood-hit Assam remains grim, with nearly 4 lakh people still affected. Water levels were reported to be receding at most places in the state. So far, 44 people have lost their lives in the Assam floods. Over 200 villages in Golpara, Kamrup Rural and Dhemaji district have been severely affected. Around 6,000 people have been accommodated in 18 relief camps. All right, time to take a very short break here. Coming up ahead, Pakistan Taliban pledges support to Islamic State. This and much more after a short break. Welcome back. After the break, let's move on in the bulletin now. The Department of Science and Technology is conducting its 4th national level exhibition and project competition from tomorrow. Now, students from various schools are exhibiting their prototypes that incorporate innovative scientific solutions to various problems. Now, some of these have been awarded patents as well. The 3-day exhibition is titled Inspire for Innovation in Science Pursued for Inspired Research. Now, one of the highlights of the exhibition is the original space vehicle, the Soyuz T-10 module that brought back Rakesh Sharma and his 2 Soviet cosmonaut companions back to Earth after their maiden voyage to space in 1984.
This is a descent module. Descent module means the craft in which Rakesh Sharma came back to Earth from space. We know that he went to space on April 2nd, 1984. He returned on April 11, 1984. On 11th, when he came back, he came in this. Of course, inside you can see 3 seats. So it was not only Rakesh Sharma, there were also his 2 companions, Russian cosmonauts. So 3 of them came back in this. This is the hole in which they crawled out. Actually, there is a cover here. That cover will be cut open. And there is a kind of a door. The door you push inside, and the 3 people have to crawl out. That is how this thing is. This is the module that came from the space, the real one, the actual one. You can see that there are heat shields. You know, when you rub your hands, you can feel heat. In same way, when this craft came from space, when it entered into the Earth's atmosphere, there will be friction with the atmosphere. So huge amount of heat, something like about 1000 degrees will be generated. So the craft should not burn up. Okay, so you have a heat shield here. You can see the heat shield. Here you can see that even if there was heat shield, there has been damage to the module. There is a burn. Here is the parachute, which will open when this module was about 10 kilometers above the Earth's surface. The parachute opened. So actually it came like this. That was the bottom part. This was the top part. It came like this. Okay, came down. The parachute would have opened like this. This will burst and then it will open. The parachute will come out from here. And here is a porthole through which the cosmonauts can see outside. But of course, initially they can't see anything outside because it will be too hot. There will be fire kind of situation. You can't see anything. Here you can see some holes. Basically, they are for aerodynamical so that it doesn't rotate too fast. This is a kind of an emergency exit. In case if you can't open the front one, or it lands on land and then that is not available for you to come out, you can open this. But this is generally not open, right? So this is this spacecraft went into space from Soviet Union. That's what you see here. Rakesh Sharma went as part of the joint program of ISRO and the Soviet space program in 1984. That's something that you see here. This is a real module, the Soyuz T-11 descent module that has come back. And this has been now gifted by Russia to India. It's now in India.
Well, of course, that module is the best part of the exhibition there. But Rajya Sabha TV correspondent Smriti Rastogi spoke to some of the participants about their creations that are being put up at the exhibition.
With all the focus on science and technology, Rajya Sabha TV is getting you all the updates and coverage of the Inspire program. I'm here at Pragati Maidan where this program has been organized, and I have with me this young student who has made this project. So what is your name?
Karishma Arora.
So Karishma, if you could tell us what this project is all about.
The title is Abundant Electricity and Pollution-Free India. It is a unique technology in which we see that in industries, smoke coming out from chimneys cause various harmful diseases and pollute our environment. So I'm processing it. I'm processing the smoke in my project and producing oxygen and hydrogen gas. Oxygen gas will produce at anode and hydrogen gas will produce at cathode. So we'll store our oxygen gas and we can fill cylinders which are useful in hospitals, industries, etc. We cannot store hydrogen for long, but it is the cleanest fuel. So we are using it in a hydrogen generator, which is not made in India till now, and which is used to generate electricity. And as byproduct, we get water, which is useful in cultivation, as well as we can use it in our industries.
Open bore wells, manholes and drains are a growing menace in our society. This is because of the recklessness which is caused on dealing with such kind of incidents. But here we have this project, which is a rescue project prepared by the student to avert any such kind of incidents. So what is your name?
VK is Deepak Reddy.
So tell us about this project. What was the idea behind this project?
I saw many children in TVs who are falling in these borewells and dying.
These borewells?
Yes. Recently, in Karnataka, Hanumappa, a 6-year boy, fell into a borewell. After 6 days of rescue operation, the decomposed body of that child has come out.
Okay.
By seeing that incident, I got the idea to prepare this.
And how does this project works? If you can demonstrate this, how does it works?
And at 7 feet below the ground, we are arranging a rescue bed.
Rescue bed?
Bed. And on the top of it, we are arranging an LDR circuit. And we'll make light to fall on it continuously.
Well, do watch the special extensive coverage of the Inspire exhibition in our program Science Warriors tomorrow at 5 p.m. Well, on to some international news now, where fresh scuffles erupted between pro-democracy activists occupying central parts of Hong Kong and the riot police as the protests entered their second week. Now, overnight clashes led to 19 arrests, with police suggesting that many of them had been paid to stir up trouble. The Hong Kong police said that it hopes to clear the blockades by Monday morning. Overnight scuffles erupted between pro-democracy activists occupying central parts of Hong Kong and the riot police. Sunday saw sporadic brawls breaking out in busy Mong Kok shopping district as pro-democracy protesters vowed to keep up their occupation in a peaceful manner. They are seeking compromise by offering to open access lanes.
We must state it very clearly to the whole world. This is not a color revolution. This is only a movement of Hong Kong people to strive for democracy, to get back the right.
佔中並不是屬於任何人啦，我只係屬於一個愛香港嘅人，我唔想抌低啲人喺度。
如果清場嘅話，我哋首先就真係唔會同警方發生衝突嘅，咁因為呢樣係治安嘅問題嚟嘅，但我哋都會繼續留守。
On Sunday, the government announced that it was ready to offer a dialogue on constitutional reform with the Hong Kong Federation of Students, but with the condition that demonstrators clear the roads and lift the blockade around the government facilities. The Executive Council convener Lam Wong Kwong insisted the Monday deadline was not an ultimatum. Hong Kong's chief executive Leung Chun-ying had announced on Saturday that protests had to be removed by Monday morning.
In order to restore the public order, we are determined and we are confident. We have the capability to take any necessary action.
The Federation of Students insist that they are looking for a political reform. They are also angry over police's handling of protests. On Saturday night, thousands of protesters flooded Admiralty in one of the biggest gatherings yet seen, defying Leung's order and renewing calls for him to resign. Activists oppose China's plan to vet candidates in the 2017 elections. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV. And news from the United States. Well, with medical officials confirming the first Ebola patient in Dallas has gone in a critical condition, the residents have started worrying about the further spread of this deadly virus. The WHO also updated the death toll due to the virus, reporting 3,439 deaths. Take a look.
America's first Ebola virus-affected person is in a critical condition. Thomas Eric Duncan is being treated at a Texas Dallas hospital in isolation. The doctors refuse to reveal his treatment details, but about 40 people who came in contact with Duncan are also being monitored for signs of the virus. Around 10 of them are described as high risk.
I don't think the hospital is going to specifically release that information to us. They consider that part of patient confidentiality, their specific health records. There's always a lot of concern about giving too much information about someone's current medical treatment.
Duncan showed symptoms of the virus soon after returning from Liberia. The head of the U.S. Center for Disease Control said the agency is using tried and true measures to control the spread of Ebola.
We know how to stop outbreaks of Ebola. In this country, we have healthcare infection control and public health systems that are tried and true and will stop before there's any widespread transmission. Nothing that we would have done either in Liberia or in the U.S. would have changed the course of the current situation, because he did not have symptoms during the time that he was boarding or until 4 days after he had landed. So understanding that we're probably not going to get to a zero risk, we are looking at all options.
The virus has resulted in widespread fear among passengers traveling to African countries. Passengers on a plane en route from Belgium to the United States were detained for several hours on Saturday after a passenger became ill in flight. There are nearly 7,500 confirmed infections worldwide, with officials saying the figure is likely to be much higher in reality. The World Health Organization on Friday updated its death toll to at least 3,439 people.
We'll be focusing on supporting a logistics response. We'll be bringing in helicopters and cars and motorcycles so community mobilization workers can have better transportation access.
Governments from the United States to China, Cuba and Britain have sent troops and medics to help contain the disease that's been declared an international public health emergency. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
Meanwhile, in other news, the Pakistani Taliban has vowed its allegiance to the Islamic State militants. It has ordered militants across the region to help the group in its campaign to set up a global Islamic caliphate. Now, in a statement marking the Eid festival, the group appealed to militants there to unite against the US-led alliance. The leader of Tehreek-e-Taliban, Maulana Fazullah, issued a statement that called upon all the militant groups to unite under one banner. The statement came after Islamic State militants beheaded British aid worker Alan Henning in a video posted on Friday, triggering global condemnation. And in news coming in from Brazil, where the people there voted for their next president, capping a dramatic poll campaign. Over 1.42 crore Brazilians are choosing between incumbent Dilma Rousseff, environmentalist Marina Silva and pro-business Écio Neves. Now, the voters will also get to select a federal parliament and the state governors. Rousseff is seeking a second term as the president and is the front-runner, in fact, to win. In her tenure, unemployment was at the lowest than any of her predecessors. Environmentalist Marina Silva is, however, promising to jumpstart the economy after 4 years of lackluster growth. If no candidate secures a clear majority with more than 50% vote, the two candidates will go head-to-head in the second round runoff on 26th of October, and the result is likely to be delivered within an hour or two of the polls closing. And now it is time to get you all the action from the world of sports in our Sports Beat. Indian men's hockey team received a grand welcome upon its arrival in New Delhi on Sunday. The team won gold medal at the 17th Asian Games after defeating Pakistan in the final. The victory in final ended a 16-year-old drinks. A group of traditional dancers performed to the beats of drums to welcome the proud team. Bundesliga leaders Bayern Munich registered another win over Hamburg, but Borussia Dortmund's poor form continued with a 1-0 loss at home to previously winless Hamburg. For Bayern, Arjen Robben also scored twice to help their team win. Hannover, however, wasted their best chance when Polish Otto broke free, but he was unable to beat Bayern goalkeeper Manuel Neuer 1 minute before the break. Britain's Lewis Hamilton won the Japanese Grand Prix on Sunday. He has now extended his Formula One lead over Mercedes teammate Nico Rosberg to 10 points with 4 races remaining. The victory was Hamilton's 8th of the season, but first at Suzuka. The 2008 champions' only other win in Japan was at the Fuji circuit with McLaren in 2007. Now, Marussia's Jules Bianchi was taken to hospital following a crash that left the young Frenchman seriously injured. Well, that's all in this edition of News Tonight. Thanks for watching.